standing out in a crowded marketplace can be super hard. But a great way to do that is to utilize personalized designs. So in today's video, I'll go over the 5 simple steps that I'd use in order to create personalized designs. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Andreas and I've done over $1 million in revenue on Etsy as a print-on-demand seller from Sweden. So the very first step that I've talked so much about on my channel is research. And when I say research, basically what I want to do is that I want to find 5 to 10 shops that I want to be like, and then I want to download their backend data. So what we want to do here, if I just search for instance, for sweatshirt here, and as I live in Sweden, we got to filter this by ship to the US, apply this physical items filter and the star seller filter, swap out star for best. I've already done that here, but you basically swap out star for best. So you only get the best sellers for a given niche. The important thing now is to look at this little here, this number here. This is the review count, because we want to find big shops that have big review numbers. We want them to be successful within the last 1 to 3 years, so they're not too old. And then we want to download their backend data. So if I just go, for instance, go into this one here, then I would use my trusty Everbee and click analyze shop. And then I would click analyze all listings, and then you click export. What this does is that it gives you a CSV file with all the projected backend data into a CSV file that you can get on your email. You would do this for like 5 to 10 shops, and then you would add them into a Google Sheets file in one of the same. And then you would add a filter by pressing Command A or Command A and then Command A again, or Control A or Control A again if you're on a Windows. Press data, place add filter. It says remove filter here because I've already added a filter. And then you go to the estimated total sales and sort Z to A. What this gives you is that it sorts all the top selling listings from each of these specific stores into one and the same list, and it's all sorted by the projected most sales, which is super powerful. I would do that firstly. I have a link in the description for Everbee if you want to use that. So that's the first step to do, like download the data. And then you would take some of the top selling listings here and then see what common denominators can you find within these. We want to generate a best-selling elements list. So this one has a cursive vibe with some elements up here. Cursive, 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 college, college, college. I picked this out specifically just to prove it, just to show you, but this basically all is cursive and college. Both of these fonts has done super well this year, so we'll just write these up. So these two does do super well on their own. So let's see here. Now we have that. In an ideal world, you would want like more elements so you can pick and choose, but we'll start up with these. If you can see, one other common denominator here is that none of these have any type of personalization. This one has for the sleeve. What we can do here is just take, this could be trademarked. It was that previously. Let's just see. Merry and Bright. This one has been trademarked, and is it live? This one is published for opposition, so I'm not sure if this is going to go through, but anyhow, this one has been trademarked, so it could go back anyhow. So I would never use trademarked things. This is Flying Research. You can use that by just signing up to Flying Research too. Doesn't cost anything to use their trademark search, and you can find a link for that too in the description. But let's see here. This is a Christian shirt. So let's just go into this one instead. Stronger than the storm. This is probably because of the hurricane that's in Florida right now. Amazon has a really strict policy that you can't profit off of like tragic events and stuff like that. So I would not go into this just because Amazon has that and you don't really know what Etsy stance is on that kind of stuff. So let's skip that one. We could just add some personalization to this. So thankful and then just a name. So now we know we have one of the top selling listings here from the best selling elements list. What we can do here, let's just see here. Let's just search for personalized thankful sweatshirts. There really aren't any, at least no bestsellers. So this is a great opportunity to go into that. Now, we also got to search for this. And then it's like class 25. And we only focus on the US. Let's see here. US. We always got to check the actual status of the trademark itself just to see how it's actually if it's actually registered or like, or not. So because this is the main trademark here that we gotta watch out for. Again, before we even start, we gotta find this out so we're not wasting time on designs we can't use. And it's only class 25. And we also want to see if it's the last thing that we want to check out is if it's just the word thankful. Okay, so I want to use thankful as well, just in case, since we don't want to risk anything. So let's just skip that one too. The thinking here is that we want to add a new design into the niche by combining the college font and the cursive font. But one other element that we want to add into it is that we want to add personalization, as that's a great way to just stand out in a crowded market. This could be good, maybe. Let's see if this is trademark. I'm a side check. My side check. So side check is something that we can use since it's for class 25. So we'll use this one instead. And then we'll search for side check sweatshirt. Yes, perfect. And then we gotta go to create Fabrica just to find the fonts. So let's search for college font. Let's use the second pointed that I've used before. Got a commercial usage. I already have downloaded it, so I won't download it again. Then we gotta find a college font. No, sorry, cursive font. Sort this by font so we don't get any SVGs. I always do this on Creative Fabrica, as that's my main go-to to find my elements and my fonts and stuff like that. There's a link in the description if you want to use that too. And the signature one here looks really good. I already have this one too, so I'll use this one, and it has a commercial usage and license, which is really important. So we had a text element by pressing T, go into here, and then we go to, so this is the cursive font, and now we need a college font. So we just do this, and we need the second pointed. Perfect. So we got those two fonts, and now we want to add value here by using these two fonts in a new way. So we'll use these two fonts together to create something new to the platform, but we also use we also make one of these elements personalized. This one actually was kind of a bit long, so I don't want to use that. Let's take retro teacher sweatshirt instead. Apply filters again, and then United States, star seller, physical items. Let's see if the market has any. Because what we want to see here is that if there's already any other listings that have a college font and a cursive font, and one of the elements is personalized. Because if there ain't any in the niche, then we can add that into the niche, and that's how we add value. Because if the niche already has these elements and like successful listings with these elements in it, we don't want to compete with that. We want to add value by creating something new and adding something new to the niche itself. So let's take this one that we found before. So teacher up here. Let's make a curve, not that much of a curve, and then just Haley. Oh, that doesn't look that good too. Let's take another cursive font instead. I have one called Chica. Yes, a lot better. Let's take Eleanor instead. This one definitely looks better in my opinion. And now we basically have our personalized design so that we can stand out in the saturated teacher niche. This is a great niche that always sells. So this is something that I would definitely use to stand out in the teacher niche itself. The final thing that's really important to know is that if this type of design actually sells really well, what we then got to do is don't test out different types of niches, double down on the teacher niche itself. So if we know, for instance, that these two work very well, let's switch these up. So let's take this one here, and then this. So just swapping out different things to make it better. We can also do another great thing would be to just do first grade and then the name itself. Since you can just first grade and then just take the name itself, or you can do it like first grade teacher to just have a regular one, but we want to stand out with personalization. So I would still keep this as Eleanor, and maybe like do it like this. Let's remove the curve, first grade teacher, and then Eleanor, something like that. But the thinking is, if this type of design sells, double down on it and like scale it out within all the sub niches within the big niche. So if it's a teacher niche that works really well, like go into all the sub niches, which is all the grades, all the different types of teacher there is, like online teachers and stuff like that. So just go into every type of niche there is and just focus on the teacher niche itself if it's giving you like results. Don't go into other niches yet, just go heavily into the niche that you're actually selling in, because it's so important to double down on it. Because in my experience, I've noticed that like I can put up like 100 listings and like maybe 10 to 20 of them sell. But if I focus only on those 10 to 20, I can just maximize the results, because since I'm only focusing on the things that actually work, as that will scale the business. And now to just summarize, the first thing that we always do is that we research to find out like common denominators to just get a best selling elements list. After we find the best selling elements list, we look how we can actually like add value to a niche. We did that by going to the teacher niche here and adding value by combining elements in a new way, plus adding personalization. Personalized teacher shirts that had the college element and the cursive element, which is how we add value to the niche itself. And then we go to design, and we found the different types of elements on Create Fabrica, and we just go use that on Canvas, and we always keep it simple by just using like the text elements here. And after we actually found some initial success with something, it's so important to just double down on the thing that actually works, as it tends to be like 10 to 20% that actually works of 100% of efforts. All right, so now you have a grasp on how to design, but in order to actually sell throughout the year, you need to be in different types of niches that actually sell in the year. So if you want to learn more about that, then I suggest watching this video right here. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.